All right, hey guys. Oh, all right. It's good to see you, Matt. Good to see you, Lanathier, Joe Man, Crash Loop. Yeah, good to see you guys here today. We just cracked 500,000. we just cracked 500,000. So I've got a lot of stuff I wanna share with you guys today. So we're already at 512,000. So like yeah, this is crazy. Very very grateful, you guys, for all the support. Let me just tweak things around a little bit. I've got some big stuff planned this week. A couple of big announcements tomorrow. I'll give you a sneak peek of that if you guys want to see that. Um, hey, Paul Branson. Hey, Bull Dot Bald. I like that name. Um, Fixing good. Yeah, good to see you guys. Okay, so uh, number one thing I want to talk about, I want to do some live designs of at least one of the Titan. At least get some broad strokes ideas. Um, so I want to do a live design with you guys of one of the Titans. What's the difference between a Titan stat block and like a regular, just like a big dragon or something like that? Why not just have it be a regular legendary monster? Um, yeah, so that's something I want to talk about. I did put together a presentation, sort of how to like how I do art direction, how I like from beginning to end, how I commission a piece of art with an artist, with feedback and back and forth and different iterations of it. So I can share that with you guys if you'd be interested in seeing that. We can do some live design of one of the classes or one of the subclasses. The other day, it's Monday. Yesterday, the boys and I we were talking about a chronomancer, chronologist, artificer subclass. So I think that might be pretty cool, where they can go back in time, like redo the last action that happened, um, or more than that. So we can cook on that. We can cook on the Revenant. We do some Q&A. Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? And I did put together one last stretch goal. Some of you guys have been photoshopping the some of you guys have been photoshopping the last stretch goal that's blacked out down there, and we're able to figure it out. But that's fine. That's pretty funny. So if you guys want to talk about that, we could definitely talk about that. So you know, by all indications, it looks like this week we'll unlock the 550 engineering rules. And then next week, pretty safe to say we're hitting, maybe earlier, we're hitting the solo rules, skill challenges, and I went ahead and added because I just want this to be the case. I just want to give you more dice. So anybody, so when we hit that, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit that here pretty soon. I don't want to be presumptuous or anything, but that's what it's looking like in the charts. So if you have, so anybody who has let me just go down here. Where is it? Physical pledge tiers. So if you're backing at the all-in tier, because it has the extras box that includes dice. So instead of just one set of dice, you're getting two sets of dice. So 12 dice there. Or if you just want to, if you just get the extras, I need to update this. It's going to have, instead of 6 dice, it'll have 12 dice. Or there's just an add-on. If you don't want the cards and everything, you just want dice. There's an add-on. If you just click it, it'll say 6 dice, but it's going to be doubled. Yes, I do have word on the Swing Sex part, the Kickstarter collaboration. So that one is coming. Announcing that tomorrow, but I can give you guys a quick preview of that if you want. I'm actually going to be tentatively planning a stream with the creator of the other project to sort of walk through that. Is it more stressful now or less as you funded? So there's fewer unknowns, which is nice. Because I don't know, like before it starts, you don't really know exactly how it's going to go, but it's different kinds of stress. Good stress though. With Titans around, how many monsters are we getting? I'm not sure yet. So the page counts in a physical book have to be in multiples of 8 or multiples of 16. So if we only have like 2 Titans and like we ran out of pages, like I'll go ahead and add 8 more pages, and then like I can fill it with other things. Or if we have like 4 or 5 pages and like all of that space is for the Titans, and maybe we'll have like 4 or 5 different Titans. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. The appendix and like which monsters are included and how many things we can fit here or there is going to determine a lot of that kind of stuff. But I'd like to have a good handful at least. Oh, and then there's one other thing that I added to the all-in tier. Not that it needed it, but I was thinking of. I don't know if I told you guys this yet. But so the slipcase is being upgraded to the slipcase and GM screen are being upgraded. But then I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be weird? Wouldn't it be weird to like have this really cool looking slipcase? Wouldn't it be kind of weird to have this slipcase and then like we have the zine of the creator's kit just sort of like in there? That might be a little bit weird. So I didn't like that idea. So I thought about it for a while. So instead of that, this is just a mock-up, but the all-in deluxe tier is getting a hardcover version of the creator's kit. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. It's gonna be the same content, but it'll look cooler. It'll look prettier, and the slipcase will just be a little bit bigger. Same price. But I want to add some stuff to that, guys. And the creator's kit right now is 20 or 30 pages, and I think I'm going to add another 8 pages or so to it, so it's a little bit more robust. Just it sort of includes a little bit more stuff. Yeah, so it's like 26 pages right now. So that is the plan with the creator's kit. Everybody's getting one already? You want to show the commissioning art? Yeah, we can definitely do that. Titans will be added to the creator's kit. Like how to make them at least. Yeah. It's going to use the same math. But Titans are going to be a little bit special. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Can you clarify there are no Patreon perks? Correct. That is correct. Yeah, for the patrons, I did send out a little thing this morning. I very much appreciate you guys, and I have been able to update the Patreon the past couple weeks. So and people have been very, very generous. So I'll be back. A wise man, Floppy. A wise Floppy man. Just yeah. All right. Yeah. So you guys, you guys did figure out the the secret. So basically at 600,000, everything I wanted in the physical goods is pretty much done. Like any more than that, I don't know. I can't think of what else it might be that wouldn't really add a lot to the development time. So I'm pretty confident we're going to hit the 600,000. That's sort of as good as done. But if you don't know, there are websites that track crowdfunding campaigns. There are websites that track them, and some of them are better than others. But the best one that I've seen is the one from BackerKit. It's called Backer Tracker, and this is sort of a little bit of inside baseball. But they do a very, very good job at like sort of guesstimating. They have like formulas in the back that are calculating things. So their best guess. And again, this is not a sure thing, and this goes up and this goes down. But it last week it was estimating that we'd land somewhere around 600,000, and it seems like every day the trend line keeps going up and up and up and up. So I wanted to have so is this a guaranteed thing? No. Like, would I be happy if it just stopped right where it was? I'd be very thankful, and I couldn't ask for any more. But if the community support is so overwhelming that we do hit 1 million, then I wanted to do something just really, really special. So it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. Let me just go ahead and see. So there is a chance that we hit 1 million. So if you look at their projections, anywhere from 600 to 1.2, 1.3 is their best guess. I do have a few more like promotions and things that are going out to get the word out to more people. So I'm feeling more confident that it's going to be closer to the higher end than to the lower end of what they're estimating. But we'll see. We can't predict the future. You can't shouldn't be too presumptuous or expect anything like that, but it's a possibility, and I wanted to plan on that possibility. So let me show you. Since you guys are watching and we're hanging out, it's just us buds. Um, so yeah, what is the $1 million goal? What is the $1 million goal? I'll just read it. Well, let's just read it together. It's good to have dreams. I don't really expect to get here, but there's a chance. There's a chance. If we can hit the crazy goal of $1 million, and that just sounds so weird to even say out loud. As a thank you to the community, I will commit to creating something I've wanted for a long time. The Nimble Numicon. And the name may not be final, but I think that's a cool name. I think that's a cool name. And I did already get the URL just in case. But I would like to have an online searchable quick reference repository of all the published Nimble content. Free to use for anyone who already has the books. For anyone who can't afford them, I think that's important. If you can't afford the thing, you should still, like, why shouldn't you still be able to play? Like, maybe you can later, great. If you can support it later, fantastic. But if you can't, like, I don't know. I'd rather be generous. Or if someone is just testing the system out, I think those like, certainly if you bought it, like, why not have access to it online? You've already bought it. As well as GM tools, player tools, resources, and more. I don't know if we can make it, but we will never know unless we try. So we'll see. And so so during the last crowdfunder, a couple of stretch goals were different digital tools, and those are still being worked on. And there were some weird development things happening. I hired someone to do it, and he didn't do it, and so like those things are still being worked on. But this is something that's gonna be much more than that. And I would have the budget to hire a developer or a few developers to help me with this. And I'd love to reach out to people in the Nimble community first. If we do reach this, I'd love to reach out to people in the community first and let them get first dibs on developing it, because I know there are a lot of developers in the Nimble community, and I would not ask anybody to volunteer for this. That this would be a paid thing, because it takes time. So that would sort of be my way of giving back for people, because like when I'm playing, like when I was playing 5e, like websites like 5e tools or like other similar things, or Archives of Nethys, like I hear is just a really nice to have for Pathfinder people, and like to be able to like build a character and like build a hero and like try out different things, and not having to worry about a lot of the other things. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, so that is the big sky high goal. If we don't hit it, I'm not concerned. But if we do, I think yeah, if we do, then we'll see. I think that would be a cool thing to do. We'll see. Yeah, so to you internet sleuths, you Photoshop experts, enhance. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's get caught up on chat real quick, and then we'll start talking about we'll start talk about some Titans. Yeah, so like this isn't my main job. So this is my hobby, but I really enjoy it. So like, and I get it that other people are doing it like as their main job. So I do have that benefit of having like a regular income, that this isn't my main job, and I don't have to squeeze everything out of it. So like if I'm charging money for something, I want it to be worth it. I don't want anybody to regret it. So like I want to give more back. So I think that's what I would want. The golden rule kind of thing. I would do unto others. Yes. All right. Cool. Yes, and Luis, I will show you guys first the first draft of like a Tarrasque monster that is sort of following the 5e paradigm, and then maybe we're gonna do a live design of like what would like that is like a single stat block, and you just sort of stand and toe to toe and just smack each other, and one side wins, one side loses. It's like a nimble version of that, but I wanted to see like what would it look like if it was if we were to just sort of break away from those constraints and like really have something different, something special. Like you can't just like stand toe to toe with Godzilla and just poke him in the toes like that. That just won't work. Extra art in the GMG, yeah, maybe. Oh, and I have also been working on revised versions of the character sheet for clarity, as well as updating some of the layout things in the core rules books. So like even like even though the content in the core rules books is staying the same, I do want to make whatever improvements I can just for clarity. So for instance, one of the pages, just while we're being sidetracked, one of the pages that bugged me the most was this page, like this first page, the core rules. So we have everything's backwards for me. So we have stats. Yeah, everything's backwards. My brain doesn't. We have stats, and on the same on the same page, we have like some of the skills, but not all of them. And then on the next page, there's the skills. So I'm cleaning up some of those things. I'm making it better. More iconography, less walls of text, like easier to skim, easier to read, easier on the eyes, that kind of stuff. I'm adding and fixing, improving things where I can in this. So the content's going to stay the same. Minus like an errata here and there, but there are going to be some pretty cool visual improvements, I think, as I've gotten better at layout and have access to more art and artists that I know and more funding. Then I'm making some of those improvements. Oh, and on that note, there are some improvements coming to the Game Master's Guide. So this book, the core rules, and this book, the covers were made by the inimitable, the very talented Earl Lan, a very, very talented artist. And then this cover, as cool as it is, was made by a different artist, another fantastic artist, Justin Gerard. But I have asked Earl if he could make me update the cover art for the GM guide, which I think would be really cool. They would feel more like a complete set. And I gave him some notes already, and it's Chinese New Year right now in China, so a lot of the manufacturing companies and people are out now. But pretty soon we'll be getting some updates on that. So those are being updated, and then the mock-ups that we have, here. And then I promise right after this we'll get to talking about Titans. So all of these mock-ups. So like this was like quick and dirty, rough mock-ups, just so you can sort of have something to look at, right? These are going to be way better. Each one of these is getting all of the books. I'm commissioning brand new art for these. And it's going to use, I'll just tell you, it's going to use like the same. It's like the alternate art is going to use the same manticore from the regular core rules in it, and then the heroes is going to have heroes like on the front, and then the new monsters and more book is going to use the same awesome dragon here, and Earl did that piece as well. So we can have the same dragon, but it's going to be, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's going to be like a very, very special treatment, a new piece of art that's going to blow you. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so let's yeah. Welcome, Aeon Frosty. Thank you so much for backing. The Nimble, if we can do it, yes. Like making character, like as a forever DM, I don't really get to play as much as I would like. So except as the DM, So like making the heroes and like just dreaming is like my favorite part. So yes, just for me, like all of this is just like, you know, what would I want? Like, let's do that. um, yeah, yeah. Mhm, that's it. Yeah, there are some good character creation tools that are available already. Yeah, Lenithir, I will be putting the call out to uh, to the community first. So, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, definitely keeping the Obsidian Markdown stuff. And like as soon as I hear like, oh yeah, is there is there a Markdown version? I was like, I don't know what that is. If you guys want to do it, yeah, we could definitely do that. That was a community thing. So I'm all about listening to the community, and if we can make it better, then we'll just make it better. So if the moment I heard that people liked it and it was useful, and then like, yeah, we'll keep doing it. Well, why wouldn't we? Would there be a place? Yeah, so that is something that I would love to do. I would love to have a place that I can highlight really, really cool tools that the community has made, highlight creators in the community. I would love to do that. There's like a really sweet, I think it's bi-monthly or quarterly magazine that's being published by the community called Nim Plus, which is fantastic. I'd love to feature that there and get more eyes on that. So it's sort of like it would be like a hub for people to use and play Nimble and get all the information that they need. I don't know how much of that is realistic or not, but that's what I would like. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So in the Titan that we're going to look at right now, or we're going to make right now, is probably going to be like level 7 or so. So having like one or two like super duper high level ones, like level 18, 19, 20, that's cool just to like dream and like inspire people. But like it's content that you actually want to play. So yeah, you're definitely going to have some lower level ones there. Yeah, that'd be cool. So the Titans that I'm designing now are more like actual monsters that you can fight. That said, there is an adventure. Um, there is an adventure here, Downfall, where the Titan, the monster, is the dungeon. So the goal is to like bring it down, but like this thing is too big as maybe level 30, 40, 50 or so. Like it's too big to like actually fight. So you have to climb in it and like take it down from within. So different kind of concepts. So like that kind of thing, like the adventure is the mimic. Super cool thing, but that would be like the adventure. Like you would need a few thousand words or a couple thousand words to like develop that. So that kind of thing is sweet. But the Titans are more like this is a boss. This is a monster. Probably gonna be the same color. Probably gonna be the same color. I do like red. If I so like my main dice are these sort of clearish reddish ones. The main dice that I had before my like awesome black and gold ones. That is. So yeah, the red and white super high visibility. I really like those. No, not much talk of domain level rules. Not in this campaign at least. There are okay. So actually, yes, if that's how you're going to define it, we did unlock already. We did unlock bastions, and there's going to be an adventure to claim your own bastion, and you can upgrade it and that kind of stuff. And there are also companions and hirelings that are included. If you, I know MCDM calls them retainers. So yes, there are going to be rules for all of that kind of stuff. And then at a very high level, like all of the different kingdoms that are warring or different factions, that's sort of like on the adventure level, I think, or the setting level. So the mechanics to have all that stuff is there, where you can like develop your spy network and do this and this. Like all of what that means is going to be on the setting or adventure level, and then not necessarily on the mechanical level. But all the mechanical things that you would need to do that are going to be there. So yes. Yeah, so Gargantuan is like the biggest plus. So like that sort of covers all of the different sizes. A lot. So it is a separate thing because a lot of the stuff in it isn't like to be a GM. I don't need to know any of that stuff. So I want to be careful not to set the bar for new GMs so high that they think, oh, I need to understand all these tables and how to make monsters and all this, and before I can even run it. Like I don't want to set the bar too high. So the stuff in the back on the background, like why these design choices are made or how to design your own things, and like the whys and hows are hidden behind. They're hidden somewhere else. And once you want to get to homebrew, like once you have enough confidence GMing and all this, and you want to get a homebrewing, you're publishing your own stuff. That's a very big step. And then like here's some helpful information about that. Um, oh, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, no, that's okay. Yes. So for the patrons, they do get a few bucks off. No, that's okay. That's not a secret. I did send out an email to the couple thousand people, um, but only patrons are eligible for that. Nimble version of Cyberpunk. That sounds cool. Yeah, and maybe there would be like, user submitted content. I know there's already a really cool website. I forget which one it is, where there's like just hundreds, maybe thousands of monsters by now that people in the community have made. But I think having like the community made stuff and like the official stuff, like at least labeled so that we're not just getting in like wacky stuff that's not play tested. Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking at a system that can easily handle markdown stuff. So yeah, we'll see. I've just done some cursory research on it. Not being like a super big developer person myself. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Yeah. I think these are from the Essentials kit, and then like I bought extras, and then I bought like the good. I just bought like a bunch of like the good D4s that are in the same style because I like those more. All right, guys. Let's take a look at some Titans. Let's take a look at some Titans. So what are Titans? How are they different from solo monsters? So solo monsters, in my mind, are like the group of heroes against like one big bad, one dragon, right? Titans are like the next step up from that. So it's a little bit different in that, like, so for instance, the spider might have like its body as a stat block, its head as a stat block, and each of its 8 legs as different stats, and like all the 8 legs would like have the same stat. So it'd be like 3 stat blocks. So this would be like one monster, like the group of guys versus one monster, but this monster is actually like has all these different things. So so I attack the spider. Well, it's a giant spider. Where are you attacking it? Or I hit the spider with my sword. Well, you're standing next to the leg. Are you hitting that leg? Yes. Okay. So you hit the leg. The leg might be heavily armored. The leg might have something where like reduce all damage done to this leg to 1. So like you're not going to get very far by hitting the legs. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna move around to the head. I'm gonna attack the head. The leg, the 2 front legs, maybe they can interpose for the head, right? So until the leg is chopped off or tied up or something like that, then the legs can interpose for the head to make this cool tactical experience. Okay, so how do you chop off a leg? Maybe let's just all right. Let's go ahead and let me see. All right, so I think I've already got. Give me one second, guys. I think I've got the lore for this guy already. I think I've got the lore somewhere here. I'm just gonna pull it up. that's not it. Okay, I don't remember where it is, so I'll forget that. But I did already hire someone to help start some of the writing for this. So let's just give this this Titan the name of Big Spooter. Okay, this is gonna be a Titan. And let's say this is a level 7 Titan. And yes, I will zoom in. All right, so Big Spooter, level 7 Titan. Yep, yep. You guys. Okay, so this would have a stat block for legs, or just leg, and there would be 8 of them. Spiders have 8 legs, right? Spiders have 8 legs? Question mark. Yep, just checking. Just checking. Leg, okay. And it would have ignore on. So maybe it says so. Ignore all. That's not how you spell chitinous. I did mean chitinous. Ignore all non-critical damage. When crit. The leg is lopped off. Acid splash damage, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. So there would be the body, and then the 8-leg minions around her can move anywhere within reach 3 of the body. Pale. X damage. Blah blah blah. Okay, so it would have. Okay, so this is what the leg can do. Can interpose for the body. And we're just cooking, so like the initial draft of the wording and stuff is not going to be perfect. It's going to be just getting the ideas out, and then we will sort of massage it. you guys with these names. Nimlob. Yeah. Okay, so the cool thing, that one of the important design principles in Nimble is that there should be no freebies. So you shouldn't, like a monster shouldn't just have this vulnerability without some teeth with it, right? Oh, it's a fire monster. He's vulnerable to ice. He's vulnerable to water. Yes, that does make sense. But if you hit him with ice damage or water damage or whatever, then something bad happens. So it's a choice. So if you know, oh, vampire radiant damage, it's not a choice. But if it's, oh, vampire radiant damage, it will deal more damage, but ... then something really bad happens. Like they get angry, or they get to do something cool. They get back at you for doing that. So this thing has a weakness to crits. So when you do crit it, then something happens. So it does make sense there would be a pool of acid, and maybe that pool of acid just stays there. Maybe that pool of acid stays there. And like it's just something that everybody else has to avoid. That's kind of cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. Fun with this. Yeah, you guys keep making me laugh. Okay, so the legs can do different things, impale, and then I think the body. I was like I woke up super early this morning thinking about this, and so I couldn't. But I didn't write anything down yet. Thrash. So like I feel like it should thrash. If a leg was lost last turn. Bam. Okay, that's cool. There's like a big attack can only be used sometimes. So that the GM is like there's cool stuff to do as the GM, but like there's not so many things that like, oh, which of these 8 abilities should I do next? So like this is clearly going to be better than like this attack, but you can only use it sometimes. Yeah, and that makes sense. We're helping the GM out. Yeah, dropping eggs and stuff. There is a legendary monster that already does sort of fills that spot. This is going to be like just this guy, I think. This guy and his legs. Okay. Okay, and then there's a bite. If a creature is impaled. That's cool. So this is going to be... Okay, so here we go. So this is going to be the weakest attack. The next X plus 1 is the next strongest attack, and then this one is going to be X plus 2 or AOE damage, that kind of thing. So legendary monsters and solo monsters, they do need some sort of AOE to use optionally, so like if you AOE, if the solo monster is fighting 3 monsters, abdomen, thank you, abdomen, yeah. So if there's a solo monster fighting 3 heroes and he does AOE, it's an AOE for 10 damage. It'll deal 30 damage. But for the math to still work with like 10 heroes, if for some reason you were doing that, you could. Then and if you get all 10 of those, that's 100 damage. So you're able to deal the same amount of damage proportionally that way. So it's numerically much more damage, but that is what maintains the balance without having to change the stat blocks and stuff. So if he only had like a single target attack, then it would be much more difficult to make sure the things are balanced and fun the way they should be. Okay, so bite is like it's a setup thing. So you impale and then you bite because he's got little teeth. You know, he's got to get you where he wants you. And he's gonna thrash. Okay, I think that would be cool. Okay, what other weaknesses should it have? Weakness. Soft underbelly. It makes sense. So having a soft underbelly would be cool. Soft underbelly, unarmored. This is maybe unarmored. But dex save or crushed. Maybe it's a dex save. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like a reaction. They get crushed just right away. You go under that thing. So my kids and I, we've been playing Legend of Zelda, and they have like the big Hinox. They have these big Hinoxes, big old things, and you can sort of like, well, I didn't mean to click on that. You can sort of like run under their legs, but if you get too close to the feet, like they'll step on you, you just die immediately, or like it'll sit on you and get squished. So that kind of thing when you're fighting a Titan, it's cool. Like you can run through, you run through his legs to get behind him, and he like has to turn real slow. But if you end your turn under it, you're gonna get smushed. So you have to spend movement to run in, stab them, and then you have to spend movement to run away. Maybe. I think that this is going to be like a smaller creature. So like maybe something like a Tarrasque, where you have to spend like a full action to run in, and then an action to attack, and then a full action to run away, or else you're going to get stomped, right? Um, this one is going to do like a medium amount of damage, but just sort of like a reaction, like just. I think that could be cool. No, well, I mean, if it has a soft underbelly, yeah. So if it has a soft underbelly, like you're not going to like belly flop on them with your soft belly. If this thing just poked you, you're going to like, it can like maybe scoop its little rear end and like spin her at you. Restrained. That could be cool. And if someone could teleport, like they could just get out of it if someone else is there, or like whatever, like I'm gonna set myself on fire first and then run under and stab them. And then she tries to like wrap you in these webs, and the webs just burn. Like there's cool cheat Zephyr would be leg hacking machines. Absolutely. That would be cool. Yeah, you have to deal with the webbing in the face. Yep. Okay, so this is sort of like, it's a Titan. It's not supposed to be like a whole page, but like this is going to be the basic mechanics for this guy. Okay, you're gonna go in. It's gonna use its legs. Players are gonna find out, oh, I can't attack the legs because it's not gonna take any damage. So there's gonna be one hit point pool amongst all of these things, and as it loses legs, it's going to thrash more, but then it won't be able to interpose as much. And I think maybe what about positioning? Can interpose for can interpose against attacks on the same side of the body. So like maybe like front, back, left, right, port, starboard. So like the front two legs, or the front two legs on both sides, they can interpose against attacks like in the front arc, 180-degree arc. The back two legs can do the same, and then the left and right sets of four legs can do that. So like where this guy is facing matters, and like the heroes, like if you're ranged, like the range guy thinks he's smart, he's gonna shoot from away. He can just turn and and he can use these legs. That would make a really cool like just extra little a little thing. Yeah, bites causing poison and different things. Yeah, absolutely. Like that kind of stuff, I think, comes just a little bit later, like some of the details about it. Could there be a way to kind of make a wall with the legs? If they're large, you can really control positioning that way. Yeah, that could be cool. I think with the acid pools, like the spider obviously would be immune to the acid pool because it's acid. That's hard to say. But like the acid pool, sort of like being around in different places might be enough of a wall. Yeah. So like this already is going to be like a really cool encounter. So how does this encounter look just sort of mechanically? The players come, they start zapping, blam, 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 blam. And just having the GM ask, or like showing on the VTT or whatever, like the different things. Where, what part? Okay, what part of the Spooter are you attacking? He's like, oh, this matters. Okay. That's a great question. So it's a really good question. So, when I hear Titan, I assume far more deadly. So each monster. So yes, they should be far more deadly. This is more deadly than a regular spider. So do you think Titans will follow the same damage table as legendaries, or is it another column in the table? It's probably going to follow the same damage table as the legendary monsters. So these are legendary monsters, but with multi-stat block legendary monsters. So if you wanted it to be deadly, then you would put this level 7 spider against a level 6 party or a level 5 party. Um, so that the difference in level is what makes it more challenging. So difficulty is always relative. And a Titan is like any creature is always going to be hard for some creatures and easy for other creatures. So the Tarrasque might be super duper easy for like some other bigger, stronger monster, right? Whoever made the Tarrasque. So the deadliness is all relative. I would love to read on Patreon, postmortem write-ups on Patreon or discuss playtesting monsters like the Battle Report in Discord. Yeah, okay. I could do that. It's good to know. Let me take a screenshot. Screenshot taken. Hey Colt, thank you for that idea. Okay. Okay, so the heroes, they start attacking. Blam, blam, blam. What part of this spider are you attacking? Oh, I've never been asked this before. This is new. I guess I'll attack the face. Okay, you attack the face. You attack the face. It sticks it sees this as the 8 eyes, and it beady little eyes. Look at the little beady little red eyes. It only has 4 eyes. Isn't that supposed to have more eyes? Do spiders have? Most spiders have 8 eyes arranged in. Ugh. Okay, it's so yucky. Okay, so what does this look like? So they attack the head, and then the leg just sort of like the fire bolt or whatever gets reflected. The arrow gets reflected. It doesn't seem to have taken any damage. Okay, that's cool. Maybe they'll need to assess. Maybe they'll have to figure it out if they're coming into this without doing any research. Maybe the quest of this is to learn more about the spider and its weaknesses, so that when you start fighting it, you sort of have a fighting chance. So they figure out they have to crit the legs, or they just all have to be on the same side, and like they have to spend all of its little like, because each leg, it's interposed. Each leg can only interpose once, and then they can attack. Maybe they strategize who goes first, who goes next, kind of thing. So we do have to think about that mechanically, because a party with 10 people, if they can attack 8 times and then all 8 legs interpose, then they have 2 heroes going to attack without that. Yeah, I'll have to think about the mechanics, because I don't want to unnecessarily punish 3 heroes versus 8 heroes, or versus more heroes. So we'll think about it. Maybe you can interpose a number of times equal to the heroes that are in the party or something. We'll see. But they chop off one of the legs, and and then it falls. And then there's acid and bad stuff happens, and then it runs around, and they sort of start to figure out how this big creature works. So yeah, Floppy, it's cool. If it's cool, I'd be happy to pay you to help me write stuff, because the soft things, the names of the creatures, and the stories behind them is definitely my weak spot. So that is where I need some of the most help. How was the turn order for this? Probably Zipper Initiative, like the Legendary Monsters. So it is still 1 monster still. Yeah, probably that. Otherwise, this thing would have to do just like tremendous amounts of damage, like so much damage. If it only went once per round, it would have to deal so much damage that it would just like one-shot someone. And that's the problem with a lot of the D&D like dragons and stuff. Like, they're either easy, or like they're so hard that everybody just gets one shot. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I would have assumed a level 6 party versus a level 6 Titan. Yes. So this would probably be tuned to be a bit harder than like a level. So a level 7 Titan might be like a hard encounter, whereas like a level 7 solo monster might be like a challenging encounter, like a fair but winnable. But this one might be hard. Something like that. So actually, let me show you guys. Let me show you the first draft of. Let me show you the first draft of the Tarrasque. And the thinking surrounding Titans is a little bit different. So the thinking around these is not that, oh yeah, these are all winnable. So I'll just go ahead and read it. These fights are possible to win. So it's not, oh, 1,000,000 hit points, 1,000,000 damage. He attacks 1,000,000 times. That would be impossible. That's not fun. So these fights are possible to win, but they are not expected to be easy or even fair. So heroes must come prepared to die. GMs must come prepared to oblige. So maybe that maybe this is appropriate for the level 20 Tarrasque, like the biggest, baddest thing, right? But maybe for the spider, like heroes must come prepared, or like they should have no realistic expectations of winning, right? They could still retreat. They don't have to die. So like it's this kind of idea that's just a little bit different. So let's actually read this. Oh, okay, there's lore. It opens combat by using its cataclysm ability. So let's actually read it. Okay, Tarrasque. Can you guys see this? Okay, yeah, you can see it. So heavy armor, 400 hit points. So it's not got like 8,000 hit points or something, 400 hit points, but heavy armor, and it rolls 3. So the plus is here. That means it rolls 3 extra dice whenever it makes a save on all of its saves. And I think I'm going to clarify. So that this is an older draft. A lot of this is being clarified and tweaked. But his first ability, Indomitable, immune to all conditions that would hamper, and can take no more than 25 damage per turn. Okay, so there is a there's a floor to how fast this thing can die. You cannot burn it down. Reflective Carapace. Any attack that deals less than 20 damage is negated and reflected back at the attacker. Nasty. And maybe 400 hit points is like way too many. Maybe not. I don't know. This one has admittedly not been play tested. This is more by more feel. So is this one fair? Who knows? But level 20 play is not really intended to be fair. You can't really balance level 20 play the way that you can balance level 5 play. Level 5 play, they have like this many different things they can do, and level 20 things it's like just exponentially. Like level 10 is exponentially more than level 5, level 15 and 20. Like so, it's possible to win. So the math is such that it's possible to win. I might tweak it just a little bit though. Opening move, Cataclysm. Reach 12. All structures in the area are destroyed. DC 20 dex save, 50 damage minus the save result. And on a failure, you're restrained underneath rubble. Escape DC of 20. Okay, so that's its opening move. Boom. Earthquake kind of thing. Actions. After each hero's turn, choose one. You can consume, reach 6, versus a hampered target. So its opening move, hampers, because you're restrained. And then you eat one of them. It's 1d20 plus 20 damage, and you have this consumed condition. What does that do? At the end of each of your turns, suffer 1d20 plus 20 damage, so the same amount of damage, ignoring armor, and 1 wound. So even if you have 1,000 hit points, like you're getting digested, Buster. Your attacks have advantage and ignore armor. Ah, okay. So this is a weakness being on the inside, but it's also like very, very dangerous. So your attacks have advantage and ignore armor. So this is a way that you're able to get around its heavy armor. You're able to deal consistent damage if you are consumed. Crush, reach 6, 1d20 plus 20 in prone, advantage versus smaller targets. So advantage, so 1d20 with advantage plus 20. On damage, deal 1 wound. Again, this guy has a timer. Like you can't just whittle him down. Charge. If no target is within reach, 6. So this guy doesn't really move. He's not like, like dorking around the battle map. He sort of is just there, okay, however big he is. He's just there, and if nobody is close enough, he's just going to charge. Charge. Oh no, sorry. This is not charge. Running charge. It's been a while since I wrote this. This is like he's a charging his laser beams, right? He's charging his laser beams. And yeah, so for consumed, I would say that this ignores his reflective carapace, but it would not ignore the indomitable thing. So I would tweak it. So that this is a Patreon thing. That this is one of the earlier drafts of it. So charge. So if everybody tries to kite him and tries to run away, he starts charging his laser beams. Next turn, use World Heart Beam. Line 40, 3 spaces wide. 2d100 damage. Flying targets fall, landing prone. So if like, oh, we're gonna be smart and we're gonna fly, and he's just and they just fall out of the air. So if you try to kite him, like, so kiting is not the way to do this. Okay, so that you have to. This is more of an up close, scrappy kind of thing. Like some of the heroes can kite, but as long as there's other heroes who are scrapping with him, then he's going to be distracted enough with the guys who are like sort of down below doing that kind of stuff. So he's not dealing like 1,000 damage. He's not doing that. He's dealing like 2d100 across multiple turns if the heroes do this and this and this. And there are ways to like, oh, you rolled an 80 on that. Let's re-roll that one. So like there's ways to tweak this, okay? And then at very high levels, a hero might have like, 30 armor or 40 armor maybe, I think. Plate armor is gonna be 22 plus a 8. Yeah. So you could have easily have 30 armor by level 20. So you're dropping that down. So the numbers are not Gonzo numbers. The numbers are not Gonzo numbers. It's within the realm of I can see us making progress, and if you can see us making progress, then like this is a winnable fight. Maybe we just have to figure out how to do this. Okay, Bloodied, he does some cool stuff. Last Stand, at 200 hit points, 2d20 psychic damage, then make a will save. 20 plus, they suffer their choice. This is, I love mechanics like this. On a save, on a 20 plus, they suffer their choice of the following conditions during their next turn. They could be dazed, frightened, or dying. Their choice. And if you roll a 10 to 19, you have to choose 2. If you get a 10 or less, you have to suffer all 3. You lose all your hit points, you're frightened, and you're dazed. So like that kind of mechanic is really, really cool. I think. I love that kind of thing like that. And then the last stat, I think this is important. At 0 hit points, the Tarrasque is weakening. So I think Titans don't actually die. I think Titans do not die, and this specifically says 200 more damage, and it is banished back into the heart of the earth. Until then, it deals a bunch of damage to everybody. So like big timer, big tick-tock, right? So this guy's is pretty nasty. So to increase the difficulty, the Tarrasque may vomit up any consumed heroes dealing too much damage from inside, then crush them. Yeah, that's cool. Because when if you vomit something out, you'll land prone, and then versus smaller things. So you vomit it, it's next to you, and you smush them. Okay. Heroes staying close enough to each other to interpose can be taken out with a World Heart Beam. Because the width of the beam is specifically chosen, unless you have an Oathsworn, it can oppose much further away, or other shenanigans, which you certainly would have. And so the World Heart Beam is specifically designed to take out groups of heroes who are set to interpose each other. Because if these are the spaces, like one hero's here and there's an empty space, another hero's here, these two heroes can interpose for each other. So the beam is that width wide so that you can do this. And you can reduce the difficulty, but at level 20, like just get them. Waste, you can quote unquote waste a World Heart Beam on a single annoying hero. You can spend a turn letting loose a terrifying roar that can daze or frighten heroes who fail a DC 20 strength or will save. So all of this is something that some people forget, that all legendary monsters, they have abilities that you can sort of like ease off the gas pedal just a little bit if you want to make it a little bit more cinematic. Okay, so that is the Tarrasque. That is the Tarrasque. All right, let's get caught up on... Oh, hey, Brandon, good to see you, man. How would you take this version of the Titan and reskin it, scale it down to level 18? So with the GM's guide, you can basically go into the chart, and you can see what So at level, I know you guys won't be able to see this, but maybe. Oh, my other camera's working. Maybe we can, let's see if we can get the other camera in here. I usually unplug it. All right, so let's see if this works. Hey! We're zoomed in too far, though. Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so currently he is statted to be in the columns up here. I'll see if I can get, okay, yeah, we can get it all in there. Okay, so he's level 20. So he has heavy armor, so 415 hit points is what he's supposed to have. He actually has 400. But that's okay. Let me fix my camera because I don't like having half a face. There we go. Okay. So he's supposed to have 400, but he's supposed to have 415, but he has 400, and that's because he has this indomitable ability and the reflective carapace. Last 10 hit points is 200, and the save DC is 20. And then this is roughly the damage that he does. So if you wanted to make it level 18, all you would do is just go up 2 things here. And then instead of 415, he might have like a little bit less than 375, so like maybe 360 hit points. Last stand is going to be 180. His save DC will go down by 1, and then he will deal instead of 27 damage, he'll deal a little bit less damage, 25 damage. And then instead of 54 damage on his big attack, it will deal 50. So just a certain percentage less damage for all of those different things. And there you go. You have a level 18 Tarrasque. Congratulations. So even though this is a level 20 guy, you can make him a level anything guy. Like if you change it from like level 20 down to level 1, like it might be a little bit wonky. But at least the ability to tweak things up and down a little bit is certainly there. So I hope that helps. Is Kraken a Titan level monster? Probably, because they don't have tentacles and you're fighting them on a ship and like there's that kind of thing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. +1 for Kraken. Yeah, and I do have some cool Kraken art that Earl has made that I might be able to do it. Maybe Kraken. Yeah, and a big thing that's a great point, Turtle. A big thing is going to be like, in order to defeat this guy, like you need the Sun Sword, you need the thing of Kryptonite, you need like whatever it is to make them killable, right? Without this, like Big Spooter just can't take damage. Like it can't be harmed by mortal weapons. But with this poison, with this thing, with whatever it is, like these are intended to sort of be a quest. There's a reason why this thing hasn't been killed yet. So yes, each one I think is going to have something that says like, hey, you know, just narratively like can't take damage, can't be harmed, can't be killed. But if you can do X, Y, and Z, then a level 7 party should be able to like kill it, to banish it, whatever. So yeah, that is the idea. So the Tarrasque was written previously, sort of like what if I was just going to take the 5e stat block, reflective carapace, and all that sort of stuff. If I was just going to make it nimble, this is what it would be. But now that we've unlocked Titans as a stretch goal, like now we can rethink. It might have like a stat block for like it might have like 3 or 4 different different components. Like maybe like legs. It might have like 4 legs. Or 2 legs if it like stands like 2 legs and a tail. I don't know. It would have like a different stat block. Maybe it would have a stat block for the guts. Like since it's consumed, like anybody in here, like inside, no heavy armor. So I would definitely revisit it with this framework in mind. So I was just sort of showing you what they looked like previously. Yep, exactly. We include tokens for the Titans. Yeah, so if you're getting any of the extras, so if you have like the digital all-in, like the highest digital tier, like that one just comes with everything. Or you can get the extras as an add-on, or anybody who has the extras box gets all the digital stuff also. So all of the monsters, so I'm planning on all of the monsters that have art will have like the VTT style tokens, so that you can just easily just use them all. Oh yeah, big centipedes are the worst. Yeah, the big centipedes are the absolute worst. I would not. I would. Those things are yucky, yucky, yucky. Okay, so let's take a look at. So that is sort of the first look at Titans. What stuff do you guys want to talk about next? I've got some cool things we could talk about. We can go over some art design stuff. We can talk about um, some of the book plans. We can maybe look over the appendix, like what monsters are going to be in it in the book, like how it's going to be organized. We could do some more Q&A and stuff. You guys tell me what you'd like to talk about next. If we're doing 2 dice sets, will they be in 2 different colors? So when you throw, you can distinguish the primary dice for crits and fumbles. Okay, great question. Great question. Okay, so in the let me go to here. Okay, let me go grab something. And I'm going to see if I can zoom out of this just a little bit, because you don't need to see things that tight. There we go. Let's see. It's a little bit better. We could maybe scale it down a little bit more. All right. Oh, I forgot chat. Can't forget about chat. Okay. So this was the first Nimble zine. The first published Nimble zine. There was another one that you guys don't want to see that. Unless you do, then I can show you. There was an earlier version. Okay, so this was the first Nimble zine. We're talking about the dice. So let me show you. Oh, and we might need to actually use the zoom cam. And this one we can zoom back in a little bit. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Move that up. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is from the original 5e rules hack. All right. To attack PCs and monsters, just roll damage. A 1 misses. Okay. For spells and weapons with multiple dice, 1 die is chosen ahead of time as the primary die. For example, one of a different color, or the one that lands furthest to the left for determining a hit or miss. Okay, so that makes sense. That works perfectly fine if you're rolling, if you're just rolling normal. So like I'll say the goal. This one is my primary die. So I'll roll 2 dice, and then so I got a 2 and a 5. So we hit. Okay, but what if now I have to roll with disadvantage? So I have 1 more die. So how would I do that? Or what if I want to roll with advantage? So the reason why you can't. So what I'm trying to say is this rule that was in the original Nimble zine doesn't work with advantage and disadvantage. So you can't pre-choose one die of a different color or whatever to be the primary die. It has to be something that is independent of that, because sometimes you'll roll multiple dice and then you'll remove one. Okay, so that is a long way to answer the question. Will there be 2 different colors so you can distinguish the primary from the crits and fumbles? No, because regardless, because you don't want to distinguish. You don't want to distinguish ahead of time which is going to be primary or not. So like for instance, if I said like the red one is the primary die and I'm rolling with advantage, then I would remove this one, right? But it's hard to come with an example, but there are there are situations where it very much does matter, and you can't decide beforehand, because if you do, you're basically ignoring the advantage, or you're ignoring the disadvantage. What is this on my desk? Something shiny. So you can't do that and have the math continue to work as it's supposed to. So I hope that answers the question. So no, all the dice are going to be the same color, same beautiful, beautiful, amazing color. How's it going to be organized? Sounds interesting. Cool, cool. Yep. Awesome. Hey, Bobhead. What is your current idea of how solo play would work? Okay, so this is admittedly a weakness of mine. It's my one weakness. So I've got a bunch of games. So I've got a bunch of games, like this one, Ion Heart, and this is a solo. I don't know if you can see at the top, solo mech exploration RPG. So I'm interested in learning how they work. I don't really know how they work. There's like charts and tables and things that you have to do. So for the solo rules, I'm working with a couple of guys who are very, very experienced with it. Like, this is what they do. So I'm working with them to develop it, and then like once they have like a base that is like cool, like far enough along, then I'm going to sort of dive into that stuff a little bit more. But basically the idea is, actually I don't even know if I can explain the idea all that well. But it's you roll, like you say you're doing something, and you say, what do I see in this room? And you roll dice. And then like what the dice say, you look it up on a chart, and then the charts will be sort of vague. And then you can sort of say like, oh, there's spider and green and bad smells. Like it might be something like that. And then like, and then you sort of like, you are the GM, but you are following these charts and what they say. That's kind of what it is, I think. There's people who know a lot more about that than I do, and I'm going to learn more about it as we go. But the solo rules are already pretty far along. They're already pretty far along, and it's I think it's been pretty cool. Solo stuff is starting to become much more popular. Nice. The dragon is also a bomber plane. I mean, dragons kind of are that already. All right, now a couple of my buds have played Monster Hunter. I'll have to ask them about that. Yeah, so the degrees of success, I think that is a really cool optional rule to play with. So it shouldn't take up too much space. If it ends up taking only like one space in the book, then I'll probably have space to put it. But I have to figure out the final page count and all that. So a lot of things, it depends. It depends is the short answer. Yeah, but those kinds of just like easy little things to add is kind of cool, I think. When you have approximations for a number of Titans for release, small handful is roughly what I'm thinking. Yeah, like you can do things like that, but like I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like if I have advantage, so like normally red is first, and then yellow, then green. So like I'll go in this descending order, and like and then if it's with disadvantage, I'll do it in the opposite order. Like you can do that kind of thing where like it might be mathematically identical, but like nobody else is going to be able to tell what in the world's going on, right? But if it's just like remove the leftmost, everybody knows what that is. But if there's two that are sort of like sometimes someone will have like the dice tray, and like they both land against the thing, which is it's the top leftmost. Okay, well, like it's easy to adjudicate that kind of stuff very, very easily. But if you want to do that, like the math is out there, and like you can definitely test it out and try it out if you want. But I think the drawbacks might be more than you are expecting. Yes, absolutely. Oh, hey, let's do a little sneak preview, guys, of one of the things that I'm announcing tomorrow. Let's do a little sneak preview of what I'm announcing tomorrow, if you guys want, because I forgot about that. um, and my friend Ash from Crossed Paths Press. Okay, so Cross Paths RPG there's this guy. So as crazy as I am about the shape of cardboard and how the box looks and the dice and streamlining rules and not making things fiddly, there are other people who are equally dedicated to different things. And from what I know of Ash, he is the champion of solo rules, which I think is super duper cool. During the last backer kit campaign, the last crowdfunding campaign that I did a really cool partnership with another campaign that was running at the same time, and people really loved it. And I was surprised by how many people loved it. So I very much wanted to do that again this time, where small creators can help each other out. So this time, tomorrow. We're announcing it tomorrow. This is just a little preview. I am happy to announce that. I'm partnering with the Ash from Crosspath Games, Crosspath Press, with his cool new project, and I'm gonna go and put the landing page in the chat here just so you guys can have it, and I'll show you guys what it is. His game is called Legends of Akaroth, and it is launching tomorrow, and I'm super duper excited about this. This is what's called a collaboration, like a cross campaign collaboration. And if you back Nimble, which I think most of you guys are already, and if you back this campaign, then you get a cool bonus for both campaigns, for both projects. So if you back Nimble and you back this, then you get to play in Legends of Akaroth, and I'll tell you what Legends of Akaroth is in just a second. But you get to play as an Oathsworn in Legends of Akaroth. It's a new class in this game, and if you back Legends of Akaroth and you back Nimble also, you get a cool monster group from Legends of Akaroth in Nimble. And they're really spooky, really terrifying. No, it's not. Let me actually show you guys what it is. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. It's so silly. It's so silly, but I love it. Okay, here it is. Partner collaboration. So if you back, again, this is being released tomorrow. It's not ready yet, et cetera, et cetera. But in Legends of Akaroth, Legends of Akaroth, I guess I should explain what it is first. It is this is sort of my words, like a Super Nintendo inspired solo TTRPG. And there's also rules for co-op and GM-led modes as well. But it is primarily a solo RPG, which I think is super cool. And it is like if you ever played Final Fantasy or any of these other games, like it's just like it has this charm and this coolness to it that I'm just sort of crazy about. And as Ash and I were talking about, like, well, yeah, what would be cool to do as a what would be cool to do as like a crossback reward? Like, well, how about fur balls? And I was like, yes. So there's a bunch of different fur balls. Like different JRPGs, there's like slimes and like cute little things like sort of in jokes. But in Legends of Akaroth, there are like a bunch of different colored fur balls, and they do different things. And then there's like the Furball King. This is going to be a monster group from Legend of Akaroth that you'll be able to fight against in Nimble. And Ash already has this is the Oathsworn art. So there's the pixel art and then like the full character art. But just to sort of show you guys what some of this stuff is, let me go to the bottom because this is my favorite part of it. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So like full pixel art, kind of vibes. You play by like it's D&D night and like everybody's got the flu, everybody's sick. Like you don't have to just like play nothing. Like you can play Legends of Akaroth. So lots of really cool stuff here. And I think tomorrow we might do like a preview of like the rules and stuff. But it looks really, really cool. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about the little partnership that we're doing. He's a really cool creator. He's launched a bunch of projects. He's extremely successful. So yeah, Ash has done a lot of cool stuff. Um, and I believe Ash, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you said that Nimble was the previous Nimble campaign was one of the inspirations for as you were developing Legends of Acheron. So it should have some of the similar vibes, some similar inspirations for Nimble. So it's a different system, but like easy initiative, fast intuitive dice system, limit breaks. Yeah, you could do all sorts of really cool like duels resolved. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Um, yeah, we were just laughing about how silly it was. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. So more about that tomorrow. But like the art is just on point, and it's made by real artists. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. And it says launching soon. It's launching tomorrow, less than a day. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But look at all this cool art. Doesn't that just make you wanna play, like bust out the SNES and start playing? Cool. So yeah, that's what that is. Oh, I turned on auto. That's cool. All right, so let's see. Co-op, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So check that out. Okay, let's talk about yeah. Let's do some art design stuff. I'll show you guys some art design. What is it like? What is it like commissioning art? How do you commission art? How do you go back and forth and do art direction? What all is involved? Okay, so step one in commissioning art is you got to find some artists. You got to find some artists. So the best place that I've found online, there's a bunch of different websites. Like you can like post a job listing on like Indeed or whatever. It was hit or miss. So I started doing that. Posting job listings. Hey, looking for a freelance artist. But the best place to look for artists, in my experience, is if you don't already know any, is on ArtStation. So there's a website called ArtStation, and artists will put their work up there, like famous artists that you've seen do stuff for Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast and Blizzard, and like just big artists, as well as new artists. They're all up there. And you can they can say, hey, I'm looking for freelance work. Like I'm already hired. You don't hire me. But you can look at you can find artists who are looking for more work there, which is really, really cool. So I will just scroll through ArtStation for hours upon hours, just looking at cool art, and I will just send people emails. Hey, I saw your art on ArtStation. Love it. Love to work together. Blah blah blah. Let me know. If I send out like 10 emails, I might hear back from like three of the artists, and I get it. Maybe it goes in their spam bin, or maybe they're busy or whatever. But so I'll hear back from three, and we'll ask about the rates, or how much do you have any bandwidth? We'll sort of go back and forth. Some of the best ways, if you're looking to do things very, very inexpensively, if you're just starting off, a lot of artists will have personal work. So if you go on artstation.com and you type like personal project or personal work, like you can sort by that sometimes and find art that is just their own personal things, not commissioned. And then you can say, hey, can I pay you some money to use this art that you've already made in something that I have? And a lot of artists will say no, but some artists will say, yeah, sure, that piece is just sitting there. Might as well get paid for it. So that's a good way to sort of inexpensively get started developing things and having very, very high quality art, like art that you couldn't yet afford to commission from like very well-known artists. A lot of times they'll say, sure. But once you develop these relationships, then you can, start commissioning pieces and, all this sort of stuff. So what does it look like to commission a piece? I put together a presentation. So initially, cross cross paths also made Draconin books? I think so. That sounds familiar. Okay, so initially I had this really cool piece from another artist. I really like it, but I made up a bunch of different mock-ups of like what would the Monsters and More book be, and like they all had like different pluses and minuses, and I had people vote, and we went back and forth, and I landed on this one, and I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it for the cover. Like I think this guy's gonna be a pretty cool Titan, maybe. So we still might use his art. Sorry, I'm reading comment. Okay, cool. Let me take a note. Let me take a screenshot. Okay. And if I could remember the names of the guys that I'm working with already, I'd tell you guys. I'm not keeping it a secret or anything. I don't remember their names. So I like the art, but I just want to see like could I do anything better? So I put together an email to Earl, and I'm just going to show some of my parts of the email chain. I'm not going to show you guys any of his because I want to respect his privacy. I was like, hey, making a new book, monster book. Really need a really cool cover. So I told him like what they liked. It doesn't feel quite cool enough what I have. So initially, like you may not know exactly what you're looking for, and that's okay sometimes. If you know exactly what you're looking for, then you put together what's called a mood board. And I can show you guys what mood boards look like, but you put them all together and send it like, this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. But I just sort of vaguely knew like it should feature a really cool monster, like a dragon or a titan or something weird. Maybe it's fighting some heroes, maybe not. But it should have space for a logo and subtitle. And I sent him this. Okay, this is what I have currently, just so I can sort of go for get a feel for vibes. And then basically said, yeah, sure. He had some time, so he sent me some cool sketches. So each of these sketches, if I were to guess, it might take like 5 or 10 minutes. Just a quick sketch like this. This is like cool sketches, like enough so that I can sort of feel the vibes of what's going on. So like these are cool. Like this is a big giant one, and then like there's I don't know if you can tell, there's like a little human there for scale. Maybe that's like a woman who swooned or something. I don't know. And then here's a cool one. And then this one is like more of a sea monster, and is climbing up a boat. It's like all of these are cool. This one, and then over here, I think. Oh no, I don't. Do I have the? I don't have the version with the logo on it. But out of these, this one spoke to me the most. This one here, and then this one, because this one sort of reminded me of the Lich King. The Witch King from Lord of the Rings, like this dude, like the hooded guy riding on the back of some spooky thing, like that felt rad. So I was like, all right. So I sent him those two, like these two are speaking to me. And then I think I tweaked them a bit just to sort of show. Yeah, I did. Here it is. So I sent him back this. So I said, hey Earl, I made space for top and bottom logos, and I'd like a portion of it being covered by the art, adjusting the wings to frame it better. So the wings here, so I took this on my iPad and like I sort of added some things here. So we adjusted it a little bit. And then like I started to, so I told him like I kind of like it how like the part of the logo is obstructed by the monster and stuff, like that kind of stuff is rad. So then that sort of gave me ideas like, ooh, guys, Earl, what if the dragon is the general commanding the army, which is facing the viewer? So like this isn't an army attacking this dragon. Like this dragon is the general of the army. Like, oh, that would be so cool. But the army consists of lots of bad guys, not like scary creeper, but like awesome, cool bad guys, like that the heroes want to fight. Like so this was my feedback to Earl. Okay, and then from there he iterated more on it. And here's a cool one, and this is the one that I ended up deciding on. So like there's like a cool he sort of combined like the guy riding on the back of a dragon with this dragon here, and then like the bunch of bad guys in the foreground. I was like, yeah, that one's rad. But I was sort of still going back and forth between these two. But over here we have, and I'll go and show you the one with the logos on them. Here we have like this is like a dragon sort of sitting in repose, which was sweet, but like maybe not the vibes that we want for like the front of a monster book. And then this one. So this one doesn't have arms. So this is more of a drake. So like this one has arms. This one just has the front wings. This was kind of cool. I don't really like icy environments, which is one of the reasons I live in Florida. This is one of the reasons why like I love this art, but it didn't feel appropriate for the cover of like a monster book that could be used in broad circumstances. So that was one of the reasons why I was second guessing this. So this is just my thought process. Okay, so not too scary, not too creepy, but like awesome and cool are the vibes that we want to go for. Okay, so he sent me back these. So I ended up landing on, and here's like another cool one here. I ended up saying, all right, this is the one that we want to go with. And then you can tell my drawing skills. So there's just a quick sketch. So what if we remove the guy on its back to make the dragon the sole focus? Or what if we swapped out the axe for some cool magical display of power like lightning? Okay, but in either case, let's make the dragon have front legs, horns, and other cool bits to make it more awesome. Okay, so like, is this cool? Yes. Could it be cooler? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we added horns. I added horns very poorly, and I added some arms. So like if it's an artist that like really needs a lot more direction, I will do a better job of like doing this. But like Earl, he's a pro. He's an absolute pro. He is good at what he does. So just to sort of show him what I mean, like arms, I just quick scribble some horns, and then there we go. Okay, so it's that, and I added like some bits and bobs, like some frilly bits and things. Or like this guy, you get rid of his silly axe. It's like dudes with axes are only so scary, but like dudes who can shoot lightning, we're talking now. Okay, so we still have the horns and like he's shooting lightning and stuff. Like, yeah, that's rad. Okay, so that was the next iteration of it. So Earl came back to me with this. So the dragon now has, this is a much further along, like not finished. Matt. Yeah. Yeah. I won't say where you live, but yeah, that does make sense. Oh man. Okay, so like we got a group of cool dudes here, like lots of lizard folk happening. Like yeah, this feels cool, and even like in the shadows, like there's cool details and like some rad stuff. Like these are clearly bad guys, and they're super pumped about their dragon boy. So Earl has like a cool a frill on the chest. That's rad. That's not what I was thinking, but that's also super cool. He's got horns. I like this, and like the face has very much like Smaug vibes, which I like kind of like serpentine look. Okay, and then with the logo, that this is what it would look like. All right. So what was the next? So as we were developing this, initially the idea was very wide, and then we started narrowing it down, and it was like narrow, but we're still exploring different areas like sort of within this band. And then at this point we sort of narrowed it down. We narrowed it down a little bit, and something cool happens later. So my next feedback was, could we add some things to make it more of an epic or unique encounter? More spikes and things to show its age, armor and a crown to show that it's intelligent, some spell effects like lightning or some other things that's putting on a big display of power to impress and frighten its army, right? So if you're going to be controlling the bad guys, you got to be the baddest of the bad guys, right? So he's not just going to be roaring, he's going to be like roaring and shooting flames, or roaring and like electricity, or like all of this sort of stuff. Is it possible to have 5 more ribbons in the Monster More book? I think it currently has 3. It has 2 or 3. I think 5 might be too many. So because at a certain point, like they start to get tangled. But maybe I can maybe add a 3rd or 4th. So if you're gonna be the biggest, the baddest, what is the agreed in this? Is that about agreed in this? Is that about the extra bookmarks? If extra bookmarks are like a super cool thing, then yeah, I can definitely add that. Just let me know. What is this? Sweater? What is sweater? The ribbons? Okay. All right. Okay. So I wanted him. So he's cool. Like, is this cool art? Yes. Is it a little bit generic? Is this like Green Dragon cool? Yes. Is this like the ancient, biggest, baddest, raddest, awesomest, green dragon this side of the Mississippi? No. Okay, so like this is cool for generic green dragon. Is this cool enough to be the cover thing? Not quite. Okay, so I sent this feedback, and then so Earl. So this is just a quick sketch. You know, there's like a skull, like purple glowing, and like cool, like very tribal kind of stuff. Like he's got like a mohawk going on, and like is this cooler? Yes, it is definitely cooler. But once so as the band started narrowing down, I realized that this was going in a direction that I didn't want it to go any longer. So this was cooler, but I didn't want this any longer. And I'll sort of tell you like, Judd, hey Judd, good to see you, man. Everybody drop a chud in the chat. And yeah, please hit the like button. What about separate paper bookmarks as extras for those who wants need more than room? Yeah, I think that could be cool. And like a bookmark is handy because it can have like a little information on it. Are you ribbon people? Are you okay with like an extra, like a paper bookmark instead, or in addition? Is that equally, are they interchangeable for you guys? Will the extras box have cards? No monster cards in this. No monster cards in this. Maybe monster cards would be like something I do later, but like all of the cards are going to be player facing cards, or like loot cards and stuff like that. Cool. A measuring stick bookmark. Boom, that's a good idea. That is a really good idea. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, so to get back to this, Jungle Dragon it seemed narrow. It seemed too narrow. I needed something more broadly epic and cool. All right, so we sort of started over a little bit, but so if you guys are working with artists, I do need to stress this very, very much. So this is just the email that I sent to Earl. So I've got some thoughts below. I don't want to lose what we have here, as I think this is a really cool piece. And I think cool Jungle Dragon is going to be a legendary boss in the new Monsters and More book. Or maybe it's going to be the cover of an adventure or something, and you can fight him in that adventure. I think this is a really cool piece. The green dragon and jungle motif could work, though might not be best for the book cover. So let me know if what's below is too much change. I would keep this one how it is, and I can pay you additionally for it separately. Okay, so this has taken this piece has taken Earl and including like the sketches back and forth, has taken this artist a substantial amount of time that he needs to be paid for. So if I, as an art director, just said scrap it and start over, that is unfair to him. So if you're working with artists, you have to say, or writers or whatever, if because of my undecided direction, he had to spend time doing this and we didn't use that, and now he has to spend time doing something else, he still needs to get paid for that time that he spent doing that. Okay, so what I'm telling him is I will pay you for this. Let's shift gears and do something else. Okay, so that he's not discouraged or mad at me or frustrated or like I'm never gonna work with Evan again, or like you don't want to have that. And it's just to be a good person when you're working with people. Like it took him many hours to do this, but it took him many years to learn how to do this. So you're not just paying for the time that it takes to do this, you're paying for the time that it took him to be able to do this, if that makes sense. Okay, so you have to be good to people who you're working with. Okay, so I will pay you for this separately. That is a very, very important part to thing to note. So the boss of the cover has to be bigger and way badder. Let's try a black and gold motif. So all of this up until here wasn't wasted. All of this up until here helped me narrow down what it was that I wanted and what I didn't want. And he was able to get paid for all this, so like he didn't mind. Okay, so let's try. So now instead of saying let's try something bigger and badder, because now at this point I know more of what I want, I can be more specific and tell Earl, this artist, what it is that I want. I often write in my number of free revisions. Yes. So some artists will say like, hey, you get X number of free revisions, but like going from this to the cover that we ended up going with is not a revision, right? So like a revision would be like adding the armor or like tweaking the thing, you know, like instead of green, maybe he's purple. And like initially I did toy with like maybe it's like a different color dragon, but the jungle theme I think is what, like the tribal jungle theme is what it was. So that is not fair to call that a revision. So yeah. Generally, so like let me just go ahead and pull let me just pull some up and I'll show you guys what a revision is. I'll show you guys what a revision is. Just so you guys can have some context. Jason. Okay, so I was working with an artist on some goblins to redo some of the goblin art. Download that. Download that. So let me show you that. So I'll show you what like a revision is, and this will just be like a little side jaunt, just a little rabbit trail if you guys are interested in the art talk. Give me 1 second, just pulling everything together. All right, so let me show you guys this. All right, so this is, and I guess I don't need a frame for this. I'll just delete that. All right, so this is the initial sketch for Gabo. I loved it. This is like the a little bit further than the initial sketch. Okay, so this is the one of the first sketches for a Goblin, and then the revised Goblin, like the more detailed, more finely polished thing, is here. So he sent me. So I said yes, approved, good to go, looks cool. And then he sent me this, and so when I saw this, I had two thoughts. The clothes are all like a little bit too clean and neat and tidy for like a crazy chaotic goblin, and the eyes felt a little bit too cartoony, a little bit too evil. So a revision would be, so I sent him this just so that I didn't waste his time. So I tweaked the eyes. So I said, hey, Jason, let's tweak the eyes to be a little bit more like this, and then like make the clothes a little bit more shabby because he's a gobbo. Okay. So make the clothes just a little bit more shabby because he's a gobbo. And then so Jason, he did that. So we went from, let me see if I can. I can't. Okay, so we went from like a little bit super duper clean to like a little bit more dirty, patched up holes, and like super clean and neat things. So those are revisions, like small things. Those are revisions, and generally artists are happy to do that kind of stuff to make it to make you happy if you're paying them to commission stuff. But like changing, okay, instead of goblins, let's do a beholder instead. I changed my mind. I don't want to do goblins anymore. It's like, yeah, that would be way too much. Working with artists, how do you know what's reasonable to offer? Just ask. Hey, what are your rates? And generally, I'll say like, what are your rates for like a simple black and white sketch, a spot art? So there's something called spot art. So like that goblin would be spot art, or a full page piece, or like a cover. Like just ask them. Generally, they'll have rates, and you can either pay it or not. But in the Creator's Kit at the back, at the back of the Creator's Kit, there is a little chart that you can see, and I'll show you guys, just so you can get an idea of how much some of the stuff costs. And as with anything else, it varies widely, but there is a chart in the back because I want to be very helpful to you guys. Licensed stock art from a large company. It could be anywhere from $1 to $20 per piece. in reality, it could be like $1 to like $200 for stock art. Licensing existing art directly from an artist. So if it's art that they've already made and they're letting you use it, it might be $50 to $250 per piece, depending on the piece or depending on the artist. If you want to exclusively license existing art directly from artist, it could be 150 to it could be a lot more than 450, depending on the artist. Commissioning a new small piece, like an item or spot art from an experienced or but smaller artist. So the quality you'll get here, so like smaller, newer artists, they might be good at like certain things, but like you might have like a prop artist who can do like magical items really, really well. But like with characters, like it might be a little bit softer, a little bit lower quality, and like then that's fine if you're on a budget. That's fine. So a small piece, a new small piece might be like $100. Commissioning a new medium piece, so a character, no background for an experienced artist is going to be a few $100s. Commissioning a new big piece, a character with background, is going to be like $500 to $1,000, give or take. Commissioning a new piece from a big artist, like a character with background, is going to be $1,000, $2,000. And then commissioning a new big piece from a big artist is going to be it's going to be thousands of dollars. And like these guys, they can charge that much because like they're big and famous, and like you can guarantee what you're going to get is to be something very good. And also like, yeah, I'm booked up till 2028. So like if as an artist you get booked up that long, you just keep raising your prices until you're not booked up any longer. And then like Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, they can pay these rates. When you're starting off, most of your stuff might be licensing stock art or doing art yourself. Like doing art yourself is free. So it's going to be in these ranges, and depending on the country where different artists live, the rates might change. But just ask them. Like don't say like, hey, I'll offer you this much for your art. Like one, you could very much offend them, and you're just wasting your time. But just ask is what I'll do. Hey, what would you like for this project? And then if it works, great. If not, then there you go. Hope that helps. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah. So paying artists, like I've been a freelancer for many years. I've owned my own business. It like people need to get paid, and it's good to support that, and people appreciate that, I think. Love the Gobos. Yeah, the Bugbear is even better than that. The Bugbear is even better than that. I probably have everything on one card. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep looking at this jungle guy. Yeah, cartographers, that kind of thing. Battle maps are a little bit different because there's a lot of systems and things that you can use to like make a battle map yourself. So you might just be able to do that yourself, like with pre-made props and things, if you're not too picky. But a cartographer, like of your custom land, like you get there's World Anvil, or I don't know. I don't really use any of those platforms, but there are definitely those things. Okay, let's keep going. Hey Ed, we're talking about art and how to commission art and that kind of stuff. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like, and tell your friends about the Nimble campaign. We're still live. We're still going. Okay, so through the process that we just talked about, happily always. We'll show that later. Don't worry. I'm hoping this artist Jason is going to be able to. Almond supply is currently these caramel almond and sea salt nut bars. They're just okay. I don't think I'll buy it again. They're just okay. All right, cool. So I'm hoping I can get Jay, the artist who's done a few of the pieces, to do like a full scene with the goblins and all their chaos. So like that goblin and the bugbear that I have are like going to be two of the characters in there. So I'm hoping I can convince them to do that. So we'll see. because I want to show the chaos of the goblins and not just like a goblin. Okay, so up to this process, we're able to narrow down what we want and what, more importantly, what we don't want. So the boss on the front cover has to be bigger and way better. Let's try black and gold motif and a more mystical / dark background, perhaps. I really didn't like the jungle motif. It felt too niche. It felt too niche. Okay, either way, let's push it even more. Bigger headdress, really big. Royal and regal with ornate golds. I like the glowing chest and mouth spell effect. Can we push that further? Maybe an aura around it as well, or mix some crackling lightning around its body. This guy is supposed to be the biggest and baddest final boss. So like, I'm telling Earl, like, go nuts, okay? And then I also went on Pinterest and found some cool things. Like, isn't this so cool? Yeah, so isn't this like so awesome? Like this. Yeah. Or like this. This kind of armor would be cool too. Like have you ever seen a dragon wearing armor like that? And then like just some examples of like, you know, black and gold, but with flames maybe. And then this one, like I like the stars in the wings. Like how cool is that? I'm not crazy about the pose and like the specifics, but like just sort of going vibes right here. And then love the black, gold, and the crimson too. Like the crimson is super neat. Like I really like that kind of thing. So like I sent him. So if you're wondering what a mood board is, like now that I know more specifically what we're going for, now I put together the mood board. Okay. And then I also sent him this with a note about like, and then the army should be like all the Urukai and the orcs in front of Saruman's tower. Like it should be like, that should be the army. Okay, so now Earl sent me back some really cool pieces. I can hide that. So now Earl sent me back some really cool pieces. This one I really, really liked. So this one is very similar to up here. One of the original pieces that I liked. He was running with that, and sorry if I'm zooming around too fast. You guys, let me know if I am. So this one is really, really cool. So this dragon is big. And he has a lot of the cool stuff going on, and you can see that. So this is actually mocked up. So this is the front of the book here, and then this would be the back of the book, and the art would wrap around. And we have the army and all of that. Okay, and then we have, of course, the one that we ended up going with, the best one. But there was also this one that I kind of liked, like showing a city. Like this is like this dragon's city, which was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then this one, this is more like an undead kind of dragon, spooky kind of thing. Okay, so and then I went ahead and told Earl, all right, Earl, I told him that I like these two the most. Actually, I think I just told him I like this one the most. So this one could have been cool. I didn't love how like the logo couldn't be framed by it really nicely in a cool way, but this one could. Like if we just tweaked the wings a little bit, then it could definitely do some cool stuff. Okay. All right, so I went ahead and mocked up some things. So this is where I would have placed the logo, roughly, but like the wings being sort of like this, like it makes sense with the perspective, like the wing that is further away is like a little bit lower down. Hey, Maia. So I made some notes. Let's add like some more dudes and some banners and things, and like let's frame it this way, right? Then and then he sent me back this like a little bit more detailed, but he did the wings are still like a little bit wompled, like a little bit like this. So in this is what you have to, this is what you can expect when working with artists. Like sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to do the wings like that. And I'll say, yeah, come on, do the wings like this. And then he says, and then Earl sent me back some pictures of like perspective, like because a lot of people commissioning art, they don't understand perspective. Like I completely get what he's saying. But like he sent me a picture of like a building that like got smaller as it went back into the distance. I was like, yeah, no, I totally get that. Like, what if he's like people can like stretch like asymmetrically like this? So I even sent him pictures of like, it's okay if the back wing is the same height as the front wing. Like I get the perspective. So I had to make my case. Like this is something I'm working with, not something who's working for me. Okay, this is something I'm working with. Okay, so finally, yeah, Earl was like, okay, yeah, I totally get it. So I had to send him pictures of like, kind of asymmetrical things. So he sent me back this one. This is the next draft. Definitely like super on the right track. And then I said, all right, let's push it a little bit more. give like so this his head is like his head is a little bit naked, right? You know, we could give him like a little bit more stuff, but like now we could start seeing some of the details and some of the cool stuff that's happening. But it's a little bit sparse here and there. Like we could add some more people. We can add some more like decorative things. So I sent him like maybe think Xerxes from 300, or like, you know, I sent him this again just to remind him because it had been quite some time at this point that's passed. And I even like drew like, you know, circled some things like here, let's add some dudes here and like add some things like just a bunch of people like maybe has a toe ring or like different things like hangly bits all over. Like I didn't know what Oral was gonna do, but I just wanted to show him like to what extent I wanted to have like some cool stuff going. And then he sent me, isn't this so cool? He's like, all right, Evan, I'll go crazy. So he does. So this is like he added all sorts of like really cool stuff all over. And then so like here's this. And actually, let me show you guys. I think I can show you. And I can show you the like the final effects in addition to other things. So like you could push a lot of these things with like final like spell effects and different neat things. So like this was the final version, and then we add like more people and like some more spooky greens and just like make it just push it even further. So that is sort of the process of commissioning a big piece like that. Not every piece is going to be that complicated or have that much back and forth, but like for a cover piece, you want to make sure that excuse me, you want to make sure that is really exactly what you're going for. But a lot of times I'll say like, hey, here's something, and they'll just send me a piece back, and I say perfect. So a lot of times that is that is what happens. Cool, guys. Any other thoughts or questions you want to chat about? If not, we can wrap it up. How often do you get on a phone video call with artists? It depends on where they are. If they're in a place that's like far away or time zones are weird, then we'll just email or we'll chat on Discord. But if they're not too far apart and if they're willing, then yeah, I'll get on a call and we'll chat face to face. It depends on what the artist likes. Yeah. But his first draft of microfiction for this piece. Send it to me. I'll take a look at it. Yeah. And then so the next step is to expand it for the GM screen. All right, let me see. Did you send it to me? All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that you sent it. So yeah, cool. Any other questions? I think I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. I'm gonna stream with Ash, the creator of Legends of Akaroth. I don't want to give too many specifics about particular artists and their work, but the ranges in the Creators Kit is going to be about what you expect for these. Feeling great, Edward. Very thankful, very grateful. Very grateful for all the support. You guys are able to help me support my cool hobby. And I couldn't find out how to message me. There it is. Yeah, very grateful. Yeah, we talked earlier about where things might possibly end, and there's a chance that we hit 1 million, Edward. There's a good chance. I wouldn't say it's more probable than not, but it's not it's a greater than 10% chance. I would say 50-50 shot at hitting 1 million, depending on how things go. Any collaborations with this Kickstarter? Yes, tomorrow it's announced. We did a preview early. If you want to rewind it a little bit, might you? All right, so let's check out the microfiction from Floppy. Legions, hear my call. For too long. I haven't read this ahead of time, so for too long the peoples of the surface have looked down. I think we need to see the art as we're doing the dramatic reading. Okay, almost there. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, now we can see it. Now we can get the vibes. Legions, hear my call. For too long the peoples of the surface have looked down upon us with disgust. So far so good. I like it. They have called us weak. They have called us savages. Their folly will be their downfall. Now is our time. Now we fight to war. That's cool, man. That's cool. The great worm reared up as it intoned its reverberant speech to the gathered army. No one would stand in their way. No one would look down on them again, because there would be no one else once they were finished. If only there were mighty heroes who could stand against the onslaught of, insert cool name here, and prevent the impending doom. Yeah, that's cool. Like it. I like it. Dwayne, any thoughts on converting third-party 5e classes to Nimble? No. Classes are the single hardest thing to do. And I think the classes that we have in Nimble already cover all the bases of fantasy that I think we would want. But one thing that is fun to do is like think of a pop culture character like Darth Vader, and say like what class would he be? What subclass would he have? And make sure like if you have all your bases covered, then you're good to go. I ran one of the adventures. It went really cool. Nice. The Brandon. All right, guys. So I think we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, well done, Floppy. Yeah, keep going. If come up with a cool name, develop a little bit. So the take on this guy, I think that this guy, this dragon, is more like revered to these guys, and like they gift it with the gold and treasure and all this sort of stuff. And that is their offerings to it, so that it doesn't eat them. And they are like that is sort of what's going on. This is more like Xerxes in the army and his legions of armies and stuff. So it would be less like it giving a pep talk to its boys than I don't know. Darth Vader would be Spellblade, yeah. Spellblade or Oathbreaker. Lion King Scar vibes. Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing another stream tomorrow. Let's do another real quick check-in with how we're doing. And I think I'm gonna stream with Ash from Legends of Akaroth, and we'll sort of show you guys. Well, 516. It's growing, and then tomorrow be on the lookout for Bob World Builder's video. Bob is doing a video for Nimble. And if you want to help out, if you see Bob World Builder's video, click on it right away, and then watch the whole thing. And then like the more YouTube sees that people are clicking on this video, then YouTube will show that video to more people. So it'll help Bob, and it'll help the campaign out as well, because it'll help more people see it. So if you guys watch it through, if you watch it through like twice, 2 or 3 times, then it'll help out even more. It'll show that the watch time, wow, the watch time on this video is crazy. Like people love it. Let's show it to 1 million people. Let's make this video that he's making. Let's make it viral. So that is one good way, and like liking it and all that sort of stuff. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I can't ask for any more than what you guys have already done. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a good rest of your mornings or evenings or wherever you are. We'll chat more. God bless, and see you.